I always say that there's blessing in the breaking. And every moment that you encounter in your life, even if it's just road rage, as simple as that, to maybe losing someone that you love, there is no perfect way to heal. There is no perfect way of dealing with something. It's more just, how am I going to be a better person?
And so, but either way, she loved me, and seeing me with other people hurt her. And so with that being said, she went out and did things that hurt me. And so it was just this hurt. I hurt her, she hurt me.
It destroyed me. That's how Selena Gomez summed up the emotional wreckage left in the wake of her breakup with Justin Bieber. And if you've followed their story over the years, you know that wasn't just some dramatic soundbite. Their relationship wasn't a typical teenage fling. It was a stormy roller coaster fueled by intense passion, public spectacle, and endless ups and downs, all unfolding under the harsh spotlight of global fame. Recently, Selena opened up about just how devastating that chapter truly was. Behind the glittering headlines and red carpet appearances, she was silently falling apart. She revealed that the breakup didn't just break her heart, it shattered her sense of self. She felt lost, broken, and barely holding it together as the world watched, judged, and speculated. It wasn't just about losing love. It cut deeper, shaking her self-worth, damaging her mental health, and leaving her struggling to trust again. For years, Selena has kept her private life, especially anything involving Justin, tightly guarded, but now she's finally lifting the veil, and what she's sharing is raw, real, and profoundly painful. It wasn't just a breakup, it was a long, complicated relationship that left behind deep emotional scars. But before we dive into all that, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on new content. It's free and it really helps us keep bringing you the stories you love. Now let's talk about Selena and Justin. They weren't just a teen couple, they were the couple from the outside. Their love story looked like a fairy tale, but behind the curtain, things were far more tangled than anyone realized. Their on and off relationship stretched across nearly 8 years, packed with breakups, makeups, and enough drama to fill an entire series. One week, they were spotted holding hands like they were soulmates. The next, they were unfollowing each other on Instagram and throwing what looked like serious shade online. It wasn't just dramatic. It was emotionally draining, especially for Selena. Their love life played out under a relentless spotlight, with every argument, reunion, or cryptic post becoming headline news. Fans were obsessed, the media couldn't look away. And then came the rumors, one of the biggest hitting in 2019, when Taylor Swift liked a mysterious post that seemed to hint Justin may have cheated. The internet exploded. Fans turned into detectives, convinced there was more to the story. There was a lot more to the story than either of them ever let on. Then, in what felt like the blink of an eye, Justin moved on, marrying Hailey Baldwin in September 2018, just months after he and Selena had seemingly given things another shot. For many fans, it felt like emotional whiplash. Some were happy for him, others were left stunned. And plenty were asking the same question: how was Selena really handling all of this? From the outside, it looked like the final page in their long, turbulent love story, but even after the wedding, the drama didn't disappear. In fact, it only got more layered. Both Justin and Selena continued to reference each other through their music. Every time a new song was released, fans would dissect the lyrics line by line, searching for hidden meanings, and echoes of their past interviews didn't help either. While they never mentioned each other by name, the emotional subtext was hard to miss. Even as late as 2021, listeners were convinced Selena was still singing about Justin in tracks like Lose You to Love Me and Look at Her Now. And honestly, they might not be wrong, because their relationship didn't just impact them personally, it left a lasting mark on pop culture as a whole. It wasn't just a breakup, it became an entire era. A chapter so intense and public that, for better or worse, still echoes years later. But now Selena Gomez has finally found herself in a much better place when it comes to love. Getting there, though, wasn't easy. In a candid conversation on the Table Manners podcast, released on April 29th, Selena opened up about the emotional space between her breakup with Justin Bieber and finding love again with her fiancé, Benny Blanco. And in classic Selena fashion, she didn't sugarcoat a thing. I hadn't liked anyone in a very long time, she admitted, revealing just how difficult it was to truly connect with someone. After everything she'd been through, that chapter post Justin wasn't just quiet, it was lonely. She talked about going on a few dates here and there over the years, but nothing ever felt right, nothing ever clicked. Then came Benny. Their first kiss, Selena said, felt completely different from anything she'd experienced in a long time. Some kisses are for fun, she said, but when you feel something behind a kiss, it's completely different. Fans were quick to celebrate the shift, One person on X summed it up perfectly: "I don't want a toxic Justin Bieber. I want a nurturing Benny Blanco." This wasn't just romance, it was emotional, healing, even a little overwhelming after spending nearly 5 years mostly on her own, working through heartbreak and rediscovering herself. That single moment of connection hit hard. "I was a little embarrassed," she confessed, talking about how unfamiliar and vulnerable that kind of real affection had become for someone who spent so long picking up the pieces. This new chapter isn't just about finding love, it's about finally being ready to receive it. After spending so much of her life under the spotlight, especially during her turbulent relationship with Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez's openness about loneliness and rediscovering love feels refreshingly grounded, and she's done hiding in a raw, honest conversation with Amy Schumer for Interview magazine. Selena didn't hold back. Reflecting on the chaotic 8 years she spent with Justin, she admitted that during that time, her life often felt completely out of control. From her emotions to her public image, everything started slipping through her fingers. "My intention was never to become a tabloid," she explained. "So when things kind of happened that way, it got out of control." She described the experience of watching her personal life become media fodder, often distorted, sensationalized, and widely misunderstood. "I was like, wait, none of this is true," she said. "The way the media has sometimes tried to explain things made it sound really bad, when in reality, there's nothing wrong with the fact that I needed to step away, or that I fell in love." In one of her most vulnerable interviews to date, Selena also opened up to NPR, revealing the deep emotional toll that chapter of her life took and how she's slowly, courageously built herself back up. The painful truth: Selena Gomez experienced emotional abuse during her on and off relationship with Justin Bieber. At first, she didn't name names, but when asked directly if the abuse she referred to was emotional, she didn't hesitate. "Yes, I found the strength in it," she explained. "It's dangerous to stay in a victim mentality. And I'm not being disrespectful. I do feel I was a victim to certain abuse. Yes, and I think that's something I had to learn to understand as an adult." Selena made it clear that while she has no intention of spending the rest of her life rehashing that chapter, she's proud of where she stands now. "I feel the strongest I've ever felt," she said, "and I found a way to just walk through it with as much grace as possible." For fans who followed every twist and turn of her relationship, the breakups, the makeups, the headlines, her words hit hard. This wasn't just a messy celebrity romance. It was a relationship that left real, lasting emotional scars. But even as she spoke about the pain, Selena kept the focus on healing. She wasn't asking for pity. She wasn't trying to reignite old drama. She was simply telling her truth, and in doing so, she made it clear that recognizing the abuse wasn't about holding on to the past. It was about finally letting it go. Breaking free from it wasn't easy, but Selena did it. And she wasn't the only one to acknowledge just how toxic things had become. Even Justin Bieber himself has admitted as much. In an interview, he reflected on that time in his life, saying, "I think I was just hurt from my previous relationship." When asked why he acted the way he did, he added, "I think I still was dealing with a lot of unforgiveness. To be honest, I don't think I even knew what I was really struggling with at the time." One user on X summed up what many were thinking: Justin Bieber just admitted that he basically treated Selena like trash. So can y'all finally admit he was the toxic one in that relationship? While Justin hasn't directly responded to Selena's comments about emotional abuse, he has opened up about his personal struggles. In a raw Instagram post from September, he reflected on the darker parts of his past, how fame, pressure, and poor decisions affected not only him but also the people he loved. "I started doing heavy drugs at 19 and abused all my relationships," he confessed. He admitted to becoming resentful, disrespectful to women, and angry, describing a period in his life where he was spiraling. It was a rare, vulnerable moment from the pop star, an acknowledgement that the damage wasn't just collateral. It was personal, and it was real. Though he never mentioned Selena by name, the timing and tone of his words made it clear he was, at least in part, addressing the emotional wreckage left behind during their time together. Both Justin and Selena have, in their own ways, had to heal from a relationship that shaped them for better and for worse. And that healing hasn't been easy. It's taken time, reflection, accountability, and a whole lot of emotional growth. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you liked this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a celeb deep dive. I post new updates every week, uncovering the stories behind your favorite stars.